Hey Aquarius, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree and I am your favorite tarot reader on YouTube. So for this video, I'm going to be doing your general reading for August of 2024. Now, I am responding to some feedback I've gotten from quite a few of you. And you can see I've got a little bit of a different setup. We're doing some different things here. But I want to bring you better content because that's what you guys are asking for. And so that's what I'm trying to do here. So in this reading, we're going to be covering all aspects: money, love, life, and whatever else comes up. And I want to make sure I remind you, because if this reading is not specific enough for you, then you can join me live 2 times a week and you can ask me anything about anything. All right. So I go live Mondays and Fridays at about 2:15 Pacific time. And I usually have those live streams pre-scheduled. So if you can't make the live stream, you can always drop a question in the comment section of that live stream video, and I will answer it for you live during the Tarot Hour live stream. Okay, so just wanted to throw that out there. I would love it if you guys give this video a thumbs up because it helps me and it helps the channel and it helps people find, my content, which is amazing. So I just want to say thank you all for your support. All right, for the readings this month, I'm using my Morgan Greer Tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and then I will close out your reading, Aquarius, with an intuitive life coaching oracle card. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle the camera down so you can see when I'm shuffling, because I know a lot of you want to see the cards. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with that. All right. All right, what do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius for the month of August 2024? All right. Okay. I'm getting a sloppy shuffle, Aquarius. Now, when that happens, that usually means that you've got a lot going on. All right. You've got a lot of things that you're thinking about. And I'm also picking up energetic blocks, and we'll talk about that. All right. So I'm going to go with the cards I got here. All right, let's go ahead and start off with the Ten of Wands in the reverse. Now, this is a card that talks about, even though you're simplifying your life in some ways, there's still a lot of stuff that I feel is like kind of all over the place. All right, you've got solid systems and you definitely have a schedule that's working for you. However, there's still a lot of things that need to be addressed. There's still a lot of things that need to be dealt with. And that's what I'm feeling as we move into August. That's kind of where you're at. You're like, okay, I've got this part locked down, but there's still a whole bunch of other things that need my attention. All right, so that's the first card we get. And like I said, because I had that little bit of a sloppy shuffle, that tells me that a lot of things are kind of all over the place. Not that you don't have structure, but there's still more things that need your attention, like I said. All right, next up. Now, this is interesting. This is the Eight of Pentacles. This means that you're going to be very busy in August, especially the first week of August, getting things in order, figuring out what's next, and trying to put things together. All right, you're just going to be very, very busy. And this isn't only work related. This could also be stuff at home. This could be things going on in your personal life as well. But I do feel like for a lot of you, it will be work. Okay, it will be work related. Next up, we got the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Now, I'm feeling like there was something relationship related to this card. I feel like this is something where you thought that somebody was like mad at you or something, and then you realize that it was maybe just a misunderstanding. All right, like either you took something personal that was not intended for you, Aquarius, or you assumed that something like a relationship was someone was mad, but that wasn't the case. They were just going through some stuff. All right, so that happens in the first week of August as well. Next up, we got the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups means somebody offers you something, however, it's not going to resonate. All right, so don't feel pressured or obligated to say yes to everything that shows up for you in the first week of August, because the Four of Cups means somebody wants to give you something, but it doesn't mean you have to receive it. All right, so very get clear on what you want and what you're available for, because I feel like somebody is just trying to kind of capitalize off of you in some way. All right, Aquarius, like somebody says, oh, would you like to do this? Because see, they're going to benefit more from you saying yes, it's like they're going to benefit from it more than you would. Okay, so just be real careful with that. That could be what I'm picking up too when I feel like this kind of distracted, scattered energy. All right, next up is this. Yeah, this is the Three of Wands. You're doing a lot of planning for the future in this first week of August, Aquarius. Looks like you're already thinking about early next year. I'm seeing that you're planning for January, February, March already. All right. So you've got some plans that you're working on. And I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. As a matter of fact, you're way ahead of the game. But again, this is taking away from the stuff that you do need to deal with in the here and now. But it's not bad to be forward thinking in the way that you are. All right. And finally, Seven of Cups. Again, looks like you have a lot of options before you. Not all of them are going to resonate. So don't feel bad if you have to say no to someone or something. I feel like it's more about selective energy here. It's about being selective of where you're putting your attention, your time, your energy, Aquarius, because I feel like a lot of people are kind of grabbing at you in some way. A lot of people want your attention. They want your time. They want your knowledge. And that could be why you're feeling so kind of, like I said, your energy is kind of just going in all these different directions. Now, the thing is because you're aware that this is what's going on, you're in a much better position to navigate it and say no when it makes sense and to say yes when it makes sense. And you're not feeling pressured to do something just because somebody wants you to do it, which is a very powerful place to be. All right, so let's continue on. Next up, we have the Fool. The Fool card means you are actually doing something totally different and moving in a brand new direction. And you may not necessarily know how things are going to play out or how this is going to end. But the thing is you know that this is what needs to be done right now. For a lot of you, I feel like this is a personal journey. In other words, like you're kind of coming into your own awareness, so to speak, and you're like, I'm ready to do something different. I'm ready to show up in a different way. Maybe it's time for me to build some new relationships and to disconnect from relationships that may not necessarily be prosperous or beneficial in some way. All right, so this is an exciting card. Next up, we got the Lover's card. This is a real juicy card. For some of you, this is a relationship that could be going through some type of a challenge. All right, remember the Lover's card has two very big, bold, and profound meanings. The first one is the obvious, a divine union, a divine connection. But when this card shows up in the reverse, sometimes it's about a relationship that's kind of changing in some way. In other words, not that you don't still love the person, but your relationship is going through some challenges, like I said earlier. Maybe you're growing apart. Maybe you're realizing that you're a different person than, when you first got together with this person, and you have changed, you have grown, you have matured. Maybe you want something different than you wanted all those years ago, right? So it's kind of coming into a realization that your relationship is transforming, and it may not necessarily be in the way that you thought it would. Now, the other aspect of the Lover's card is that sometimes this means that you are at a crossroads, and this can also be relationship related. Now, this means that you have choices you have to make, and both of them are attractive to you, but you just don't know which way to go. And so you worry about making a mistake, or you worry about letting go of something and then, choosing something, and then it ends up not being what you thought it was going to be. All right, so this is a very heavy card in the sense that you really have to get clear about what it is that you want, where you want to go, and how you want things to look and how you want things to feel for you. All right, because there's a lot of feeling energy attached to this card as well. All right, next up, we got the Hierophant. This means you're doing things your own way without following rules. Sometimes you're going to have the biggest and the most success when you do something going against the grain. In other words, you don't necessarily need somebody else's roadmap or somebody else's game plan. You got your own method, you got your own system in place, and that is what is going to work for you. And it's going to continue to work for you as long as you stick with it. All right, so let me go ahead and grab a couple of more cards for you, Aquarius. Oh, we've got the Five of Cups. Now, this is something where I'm picking up Aquarius. You have regrets that you didn't leave something or do something different sooner. Now, this isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes we make that realization and we still have time to course correct. Now, for some of you, this is work related, but again, I'm picking up a lot of personal and relationship energy in your reading. Maybe that's why things were so kind of, like I said, kind of scattered when I was shuffling your cards, Aquarius. All right, so like I said, this is you wishing you did something sooner. It could be ending a relationship. It could be leaving a job. It could be leaving a home. It could be anything. All right. Maybe you wish you started something sooner. Maybe you wish you ended something sooner. But that's what I'm getting with this card, Aquarius, is that you wish you did something sooner because now you realize the implications of where you could have been or uh, what could have been for you if you would have made a different choice a little bit earlier on. However, this brings to the forefront of your awareness that it's not too late and you can still have exactly what you want, but you're going to have to take action and you're going to have to take action soon. Finally, we've got the Hermit card. The Hermit card is also the card of Virgo. There could be a very special Virgo in your life, Aquarius, someone that you're drawn to, someone that you are thinking about. I do feel like, see, this card is representing a Virgo, not necessarily the energy of the Hermit card. So if there's a Virgo in your life, Aquarius, pay attention to this person because I feel like there's some significance here. Either a relationship that grows or a relationship that gets deeper, more bonded in some way, or this person just has a very positive influence in your life or on you in some way. All right, this is really good. I feel like you need to really recognize and acknowledge this person because, like I said, I'm picking up very strongly that this is a person for you. Now, for those of you where it may not necessarily be a Virgo, the Hermit card talks about working independently and sometimes giving yourself time to self-reflect and giving yourself time to really spend time alone so you can process exactly what's next for you in your life. And that could be relevant for a lot of you as well. All right, Aquarius. So you either have a very special Virgo in your life or it's time for you to kind of do your own thing in your own way, or it could be a combination of both of these things. All right. Very interesting, Aquarius. Very interesting. All right, let's continue on and see what else happens for you in the month of August. All right, Aquarius. All right, I saw a card flip over. Ooh, there's some travel coming up for you, Aquarius, maybe in the second half of August. Whoa. Isn't that crazy? The way sometimes these cards literally jump out. I'm not kidding. I love this deck because I think she's energetically charged. I'll say it that way. I won't use the word haunted because I don't really think it's haunted, but this deck kind of does its own thing. All right, so Aquarius, continuing on in the second half of August, we got the Judgment card. Now, the Judgment card, this is a card about self-improvement, self-development. When it shows up in the reverse, it means that there's some things you know you need to do, Aquarius, but for whatever reason, you don't want to. You're feeling a little bit resistant to certain things as it relates to self-improvement. Maybe you need to read a book. Maybe you need to take a class. Maybe you just need to make a different decision. All right. But there's some resistance there. But the thing is if you kind of step towards that and be willing and open to whatever it is that you feel you need to do that you don't want to do, this card literally talks about the floodgates opening up. In other words, big, massive, huge positive changes are waiting just on the other side of this. The only thing holding things up is you. All right, next up, like I said, travel. Six of Swords is always that travel card. This is always a card that indicates movement in some way. Usually it's physical movement, like, geographical, locational kind of movement, but not always. Sometimes it's energetic movement as well, but I'm picking up this is travel for you. Either you're planning something in the second half of August, or you will be taking a trip in the second half of August. Next up, we've got the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is the mindset card. Now, this means that there's a belief that you're dealing with, Aquarius, that may not necessarily be accurate, and it's kind of clouding your judgment in some way. Could be about money, could be about what you think is possible for you. But the thing is it's hindering you in some way. Now, sometimes we consciously make choices or we consciously hold beliefs because we think that they are fact. But this card is telling us to examine our beliefs, to examine what we believe is possible, and make sure that we are dealing with ultimate truth here. It's not always easy. It's not always something that is, obvious. But make sure that you're dealing with what you believe to be true and what you believe to be true as it relates to your life. All right, Aquarius. Five of Cups got this card again. This time it's in the reverse. Remember, we had that card earlier here. All right, where you felt like you wish you would have done something sooner. Well, looks like you start taking action in the following week. So whatever it was you were wishing for here, or thinking, oh, I wish I would have done that sooner, or I wish I would have said that, or I wish I could have gone back and done this, you actually fix that. And then in the following week, things start changing for the better for you. That's fantastic. All right, and finally, Aquarius, we've got the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a card that talks about support and assistance as it relates to the work you do. However, this is in the reverse. So this tells me somebody's going to be flaky. Somebody's going to make a promise and not follow it, or not keep the promise. But see, I have a feeling, Aquarius, you know who this person is, and you already kind of expected them to do that, so you're not surprised. All right. So you always have a backup plan. You always have a plan B, whatever the case may be. But somebody promises you something and then they don't deliver. All right, Aquarius, let's see what else shows up for you for the month of August 2024. What do we need to know for the sign of, Aquarius? All right. So I got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. That means something's going to take longer than what you expect, but it's going to pay off. So don't feel like it's a problem if something is taking a long time. All right. So the Knight of Swords. Now this is it's a timing card, but it's also an energetic card. And when it shows up in the reverse, it means something's taking longer than it should, but don't worry. It's going to pay off. Be patient. Don't feel like you have to rush. Don't feel like you have to interrupt the process. If something is taking more time than it should, it's okay. It's going to benefit you and it's going to work out in your favor. Next up, we've got two of the communication cards here, both of them in the reverse. This means that communication is actually really good. Looks like you have some really solid conversations or discussions with people that are meaningful, that are deep, that are thoughtful, that are intentional. All right, this could be with a partner, but not necessarily. It could be with someone that just is important to you in some way. And you have really good, solid discussions, which really actually gives you more clarity and gives you more ideas as it relates to what you're going to do next in your life, or what happens next in this relationship or in this connection. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but I feel like a relationship gets stronger because you have these thoughtful conversations. All right, so we got two cards indicating that. Next up, we got the Two of Pentacles. This means money is all right. All right, so this means that you've got a solid plan in place as it relates to budgeting, your investments, your savings, paying the bills, whatever the case may be. I love seeing this card in the reverse because it means that things are not out of balance. As a matter of fact, you've got a really good grasp on your financial situation. And this card just confirms again that you're doing all the right things in the right way. Finally, we've got the Star card. If you had any question if August is going to be a success for you, please question no more, Aquarius. The Star card means that literally you are the star of the show, and everything that can go right for you, ultimately it will in the month of August. All right, so the Star card is the best card. This is also the card of health and vitality, wellness, rejuvenation, healing, all of those things. Like I said, this is probably one of the best cards to get for your reading for this month. All right, Aquarius. So, you've got some challenges throughout the month, but you've also got some interesting people and things that are showing up in August. Okay, so get ready. August is going to be a very powerful month for you. Let's go ahead and close out your reading with a intuitive life coaching oracle card. Ooh, you got card number 66, hibernation. Your soul needs time alone for meditation and rest. Now, remember, we talked about this with the Hermit card. Remember, I said the Hermit card is either a very special Virgo in your life, or this is a card that means it's time for you to self reflect and to kind of step back and go into hibernation mode, or we like to call it Hermit mode here. All right, but that's also what has been confirmed with your Oracle card. This is card number 66, hibernation. All right, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed this reading and I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down in the comment section below. And again, please, I want to invite you to join me live Mondays and Fridays right here on the channel. You can ask me anything about anything and I will pull some cards for you. All right, thanks so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.